What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Six Man Blitz. Happy Juneteenth Day. Make sure we put that out first. Give the recognition. It's an important day, a great day. At work today, made sure we had chicken, mac and cheese, all that. All the good stuff. And we got time and a half, so it was a pretty decent day at
Y'all
work
should have
today.
had the day off. Oh, y'all got time and a half.
We got
Oh,
time
okay.
and a half, and I needed the money, and so I had to come in, clock in, get my 8 hours. But one of the biggest news that I heard today, this is huge news for me. This is dear to my heart. Tobias Harris, he might be out of Philly this offseason. This might be the offseason. He's finally out. I was a big supporter of his, but after this year, couldn't take it no more. Final cut. If Philly can move on from him, possibly get another guy that could defend, shoot the three, like a similar to a PJ Tucker, but better. They can get a guy like that. That would be great. What are your thoughts? Where should Tobias Harris
Man,
go? Who should try to get him?
I low-key forgot that nigga was on that team.
Me too. If you forget
Because
he's
when
on the
you
team.
talked about Philly, he was removed from being one of the punchlines of anytime you brought them up, just because how he didn't earn the money. But I think contracts just exploded right after that, so his money may not seem as much now. And like from a media coverage perspective, he's been went from the butt of the joke to not even top of the
Talk
conversation.
about,
I
yeah.
mean, damn. I haven't. That's how you. That's what I mean by I forgot he was on the team, like literally. So I don't think much of it.
Yeah.
You're
Hopefully, I
not gonna
mean,
re-sign him,
no. He's
and
got a
if he
big
could go
contract
get
too.
more somewhere else, by all means, of
Yeah,
course.
you could probably
So
move him somewhere, get some other, bench players for it, like a team that's going to take on contracts, expiring contracts and stuff would take him, first, you give him a good deal, get some something in return would be nice. Philly, hopefully that's the right move in the right direction. It looks like somebody was saying Harden was going to resign now. That's what it's looking like. So who knows? Let's start off right in the NBA where things, been popping, rumors, Bradley Beal. That's what we're going to talk about first, obviously. Bradley Beal got traded to the Suns. Aiden wasn't a part of that deal. It was just Chris Paul, Landry Shamet. Dude had to go. He was another Tobias Harris kind of thing. Not as skilled, but,
who?
yeah. Landry Shamet. Not as skilled as
How is he
Tobias Harris.
Tobias?
Not cool. Just another nigga not getting the job done. That's it.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough.
But six second round picks is what the Suns basically gave up in this deal. So it's a really interesting deal. A lot of pick swaps too. But so you look at this deal, you look at this trade. Basically, the Suns are married to Bradley Beal, Booker, and Durant for the next couple of years. With the CBA rules and shit, they can't do much.
Not a bad marriage.
No, it's not. It's not.
Not a bad marriage at all.
As long as you get the right
Some
pieces and the
baddies.
minimums. wait. You calling them baddies? Yeah, we would not make it on.
Pause.
It
You
is
don't gotta
what
be
it
married
is.
to shit in today's NBA. I mean, niggas is signing max deals with a home team, getting a full bag, and then getting traded. And then they got a no trade clause, which means that they decide where they get traded to. So yeah, I'm taking this money, and we'll see what happens year one. But after that, I'm getting traded, and I ain't playing.
Okay.
And I got a no trade clause, so nigga, get that shit. Go ahead, get on the phone with who you need to. Figure that shit out.
That's what really
So what
fucked
I
up the
think
deal
happened
too.
was
The no trade clause with
so
Beal.
what?
That's really what messed up the deal too. The
Right.
no
That's. I
trade
mean, I
clause.
don't think I agree with Stephen A. I think the players have way too much power in this situation, but at the same time, I'm not necessarily mad at that because there's just some poor ran organizations. Like, how does Washington get so much less for Bradley Beal than like they did for Russell Westbrook or who else did they trade?
Yeah, it was
John Wall.
Russ.
So John Wall, they gave up. They got hella first rounders.
Now the thing too is like that no trade clause in Bill's deal and the contract that he got from Washington.
Right,
That
niggas
was
was like, I'm cool on that.
that's a
Yeah,
bag. You got to take on
and
that.
right. So I see, and I heard that the Suns had the most aggressive offer. So this was clearly the best offer on the table
Which doesn't make sense.
outside of,
Miami's would have been
but
better, I
it.
think. And well, I think Miami wasn't going to give
But you
up
never
Tyler
gonna
Hero.
trade them in conference though. I don't think. I think so. A lot of teams, some teams do believe in like, oh, I'm not trading you in the conference though, but you could go out west and do whatever you want to do. So I think that also plays a factor, especially with Miami. Obviously you don't want to trade them there if you're Washington. But I just think they didn't get much in return, and Phoenix didn't have much to offer. Obviously, they went all in on KD, so
Mm.
it just it doesn't make sense from Washington's perspective. But it sounds like they were kind of stuck in between a needle and a hard place. Pause. So I
They
think
might
what
be able to
happened
get
was now for Phoenix though,
no. Yeah. They might be able to
this is
get
a whip,
Bronny James
mid
though.
range monsters.
The
The mid
Wizards with the picks they
monsters of the
got.
mid range.
They're
Them
gonna be
niggas
lethal.
all gonna be beating the elbow ass.
But hey, bro,
Man, somebody
think
got to
about it
pass the
though.
ball. Imagine Draymond on that team.
Oof. But he'd have to take a minimum though. It wouldn't be like he wouldn't get paid. They wouldn't be able to give him like nothing crazy.
Right, he would have to. It depends because I think you can put because the, you got to be able to push through the ceiling because they already have with they paying like three niggas 600 million.
If they get rid of Aiden, they'll be able to give him something more. But
That's true.
they
Okay, you
they
could get rid
so,
of Aiden and you sacrifice Aiden for Draymond. I would do that in a heartbeat in
yeah.
their
Would you get
situation,
rid
no
of Aiden?
question. Any situation for
Because I
Draymond.
think no, like in general, because you could get rid of him, get some other pieces for your bench. Because right now the bench is shitty.
Yeah, I don't. Well, we don't need him, and if he's not gonna be a rim defender, and I'm saying we like I'm the Suns and shit. Now I'm a
This man a
Suns
Suns
fan.
fan now. I thought he was a Nuggets fan after the finals. He was born in Colorado
God
and
damn, you caught me.
shit.
But so Phoenix, that's an interesting thing to consider. Most people think they're married to him, but if they could create some wiggle room to get a piece like Draymond in free agency, who maybe will take a little bit less, so the podcast could blow up. He could be in Phoenix. He could be on the next dynasty. I would love
Right.
that.
Me too. He wouldn't have to break
Podcast
down the
numbers would go
games
up.
and shit in the finals. He'd be in the finals. He wouldn't be breaking it down.
He gonna break them bitches down too.
Yeah, after the
He
game.
gonna break them down too.
We should have did
He broke
this.
them down
We
last
should-
final.
Yeah. But so one question I have for you though. With this
Shoot.
Suns team, the big three, how do they match up
Mhm.
against Denver now? They have three guys that could score. Before it was a little, they were giving Denver problems too. They gave Denver the most problems out of any of the teams that played them
For
this year.
sure. And
So-
they're going to give Denver the most problems next year with this move, which was cataclysmic. I mean,
Ooh, big ass.
they
word.
just shit. They got
Cataclysmic.
extra wings now. Pause.
Yeah.
So they got three guys that can go
No flats
Get
or
it.
drums.
go
But
get
no.
it, and it's three guys that it's hard for me to see it mesh with KD at the 4 and them two at the 3 and 2 respectfully.
No,
if
'cause
they could
Devin
get,
Booker
a
might play
guard like
point.
Rondo.
No, Devin Booker might play point because in the playoffs when they played, the Nuggets and stuff, he was at the
That's
point
true.
guard. He was doing good, like a Harden facilitator, putting up the numbers. No, he could possibly step
He
into
might
that role.
have to if he could add that to his game, it's over with. And obviously, defense is going to be a concern. And I just feel like the Nuggets are going to be such a well-oiled machine. Obviously, injury plays a factor, so it's going to be a long season. And I hope we actually see them on the court, unlike Brooklyn. Like, I don't want to get my hopes too high.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking
So
too.
that's just what I'm not looking forward to, because Brooklyn, that shit made me happy.
They could have won a
just as a
chip.
basketball fan.
Even with them
And
all getting hurt, bro. If Durant's shoe was smaller, if he had smaller feet,
you think Harden fuck with Kyrie?
Nah, no shot.
That's what I'm saying. So like, what is the Kyrie talk? We not anti Kyrie on this show, but
no, we love Kyrie.
just,
Kyrie
shit ain't adding up.
But so out of the three though, who do you think will Kevin Durant, with the Thunder, Kevin Durant with the Nets? What team do you think he'll have the most success with? You think he'll get a chip with Phoenix? What are your thoughts on that with the big three teams he's played with?
I'm concerned about his injuries. They pile up. Last year, he wasn't even eligible for postseason awards. Same thing with Devin Booker. He gets beat up a lot. He has hamstring issues consistently. Same thing with Bradley Beal. So it's like, I'm just really trying not to get my hopes up too high. Because I don't want to. The NBA is just getting to these moves. It's just way too player dominant, and some of these moves are just not good. I just want to play with my homies and see if it works.
You see the teams that
Whereas
are having
the Nuggets,
success.
you see how they've been built, and they're adding pieces that fit and gel and mold, and everything comes together and moves as one. But you just got three superstars, and nobody complements each other. We've seen that. We've seen both stories before. I hope it's the one where we see an actual dynasty.
Yeah. I think though, with these three guys on the court together, Kevin Durant is unselfish. Devin Booker's unselfish. Bradley Beal, he's unselfish. He's not ball dominant. He's going to be in the corner shooting threes.
KD's unselfish as well.
So if all of them together, they're going to be able to pass the ball around. It's going to work, I think, as long as they're on the court. It don't matter who else is on that court. All three of those dudes could give you 30 in a playoff game. All three of them.
No question.
It don't matter who's a point guard, center,
great
small forward.
Shooting percentage too. Efficient.
Hell yeah. And I was thinking about it,
especially from KD.
I was thinking about it. Some guys they can bring in the minimum. Imagine, DeMarcus Cousins get on there. A John
They
Wall
need goddamn
Dwight Howard.
They need Pat Bev. Pat Bev. They better already be on the phone with him right now.
Yeah.
Who else they need? They need to go ahead and pick up my man from Memphis.
Dylan Brooks?
Yeah, go ahead and get him.
Just some irritants.
Go ahead, get Udonis. See if he interested in
He gonna retire. He's 42.
In an assistant coaching job.
Okay, yeah.
And then you gonna need a Bruce Brown or somebody, but shit. Them ain't walking on trees. The Nuggets just built so perfect. Even they bench, they 8-man rotation. I might take over a lot of teams.
That's the thing. They got healthy. They were healthy for the first time, and they were able to get the chip. So it's all gonna come down to who's healthy, like we always mention. But so on the other side of things, Chris Paul, he's on the Wizards. Where do you think he'll likely end up? There are some options. The Warriors try to call for Chris Paul before, the trade happened. Clippers are really interested in the Lakers, of course. What team would you want to see him play the most for?
I think it makes sense. There's two ways to think of it. I think he ends up in LA no matter what.
Okay.
You can't pass up the opportunity. Both teams are good.
His family lives in LA too.
Absolutely. So, that's what they're shooting the State Farm commercials too. So, that's where everything at. So, I think it's really hard splitting hairs between two because I could really see him going to both. Obviously, it would make sense for him to go back to the Clippers and try to get a chip with them since that's where I think
Lob City.
Obviously he was. Yeah, Lob City was something crazy. So, but he's looking at that roster just like we are. I get hurt more than them niggas.
Right.
That's not gonna work. Whereas with the Lakers,
AD though, he gets hurt all the
AD's
time.
the injury concern. You know, Bron's gonna still push through when it matters most, and that's your homie. So why not? You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. But I do like the Clippers though, because all right, it's another, if they stay healthy, but if he goes to the Clippers, they have a point guard who is a leader, who can be a leader, be vocal, be the stuff that, Kawhi and Paul George really aren't. Well, Paul George is more of a leader, but Kawhi isn't. So you bring him in, leadership mentor, and facilitate just to, and then the Clippers, they were saying, reports were coming out that they're interested in keeping him and Russ as two guards. Hey, that would be nice. So if
I like that idea too.
I like it. If they could just stay healthy, Kawhi could stay healthy, I would lean towards the Clippers winning it all. I always say this because they're the deepest team in basketball.
I gave up on them.
They can never stay fucking healthy, bro, no matter what. And Kawhi just had a torn meniscus now, so he's got everything fucked up in his knee. But he's a robot, so it don't matter.
It does matter because he hasn't been healthy in 4 years, 5 years?
Yeah, damn near every year. When he's healthy though, championships. The last time he was healthy in the playoffs, they won a chip.
That was a long motherfucking time ago.
Oh no, I think the Nuggets came back from 3-0. 3-1 the last time. Wait. But that was a bubble. Lou Williams, he was at strip clubs getting lemon pepper Lou. The Clippers were all over the place that year. But so I think Chris Paul adds a lot of great things to the Clippers. Russ gives them that, that tenacity they need. Chris Paul gives you the leader, the mentor, and I think that would be great for them, Ty Lue. It would be the last final year though. If they don't get the shit done that year, you gotta do something.
Yeah.
So
that would be my take. I like that idea. That's why I'm not mad at him going there. But just like it's got to be the last year. Like, okay, we're going all in this last. We got 1 year left. I'm not resigning PG. I'm definitely not resigning Kawhi.
They're gonna be free agents, I think, the next year. So
yeah, we not submitting an offer.
And Steve Ballmer, he's really aggressive with his moves and stuff. So they might do what they got to do if that shit.
And they got a great roster. I mean, damn,
perfect.
Like I love watching them play. I love Lou over there. Obviously, I'm a huge Kawhi fan when healthy, but the guy can't. And Paul George, I've always been a fan of.
He's got the best podcast right now too.
That's my favorite Clippers. Like the Clippers were my favorite team for a while, but I can't trust them.
No, But let's get to another team or player we can't trust. You know who we're gonna say? He's got a lot of movement back there. Zion Williamson. He's another person you can't trust to be healthy. He's missed 60% of his games in 4 years, which is an egregious number for a generational player. But rumors are swirling that the Pelicans might trade him Thursday night for the draft. They might trade him and make that move. What do you think about this? Would you make this move if you're David Griffin?
If I'm high on a guy that we can get with that pick, hell yeah. Go get him up out of here. It's just too tough to deal with those guys that are not only not playing, but my man just really don't. It seemed like he taking this thing for granted. You know what I'm saying? Like I hate to be that guy, and I know he's young, so I hope he can overcome this. But the man be just kicking it on the sideline, cooling, DMing Instagram hoes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
did you see the latest?
How if I just watch the game from the coach's film, how often is he on his phone during the game? You think?
Probably a lot.
I don't want to
Probably
create
not.
no narratives, but like that's the type of vibe I get from that nigga. Like he just think he cool as hell. Like yeah, everybody, the world revolves around me and not the other way around. So and that comes with age. You know what I'm saying? So
He's
I
still like
hope that
22 or 23.
this is a learning process, and this is the type of stuff that makes you hungry though. Like or the opposite. So or you can hide in a ball and your therapy bill is over 6, 7 figures like Ben Simmons and shit.
Fighting real
How
demons.
expensive you think his therapy is? They
Really
like,
expensive.
you got mental health issues. Okay, here's meet your new therapist, Doctor So and So. You got to meet with them once a month for the next 3 years for the remainder of this contract. That's what I would do to his ass, nigga. You finna
Smart.
put the work in there. You fired me, so
Yeah.
um, not to get too off subject, but like they know enough about him to know what to do with him and what not to do. I'll just say
It's been
that
4 years.
we don't.
It's about 5 seasons.
4 years is enough time to know if he is doing this and life is like this. But as long as the trend is going in the right direction, you can keep him. Like, okay,
Yeah.
I know he's a good guy. He's just a knucklehead. He bumped his head, and he's gonna learn from it. Like sometimes it takes people, a few times to get shit right, like John Morant.
Guns and buns.
But at a certain point, you're gonna have to get that shit right with somebody else. You know what I'm
Honestly.
saying?
But hey, perfect segue. I mean, the other guy, John Morant, apparently his camp has came out and said that the social media and the NBA are out to get him. What do you think about that?
Who the fuck is in his camp? Is that the same niggas that's telling him his mama getting into a fight with an employee at Foot Locker? Because
Yeah.
he need to fire their motherfucking ass. Yes,
Yeah.
come on, man.
Yeah. How are they leaking
They
this
set
shit?
him off. Is this the same camp that said the gun was fake?
The toy gun? Yeah. He was messing around with the toy gun.
Man, the hell would hit that camp. That camp can't put nothing else out on his behalf. If that was me,
No,
camp needs to be fired.
he need to get with Rich Paul and them. Get with that group.
Ain't nobody out, and that does not help him at
No.
all. That his camp is saying this because that's a blatant, clear explanation of not taking ownership, even though he said he
Accountability.
did to
Yeah.
Adam Silver.
Yeah.
So
That
not
shit is.
only did you lie the first time because you showed the gun again, but then you putting out this shit instead of taking them 25 games on the chin and getting better at your craft. Leave that dumb shit
Yeah.
alone. And his shoes are going off the shelf. He on the 2K or Call of Duty front of the game. Which one? I forgot.
Probably Call of Duty.
John Wick.
Yeah, he a real life villain, man. It's crazy out here.
So
But how long until you would
I
trade
don't
him?
want to hear that shit.
How long until you would have those
Ja?
type of discussions? Yeah.
Man, it's tough because Memphis is a small market, and so is New Orleans. So it's like you got to build through the draft or trades, really. So, with Ja's situation, I feel like it's a little different because he plays. He's actually on the court. It's one thing,
And they're winning too. They're a good team when he's on the court.
yeah. So they finished second seed last year. They finished third seed or second.
Third seed the year before, I believe.
So I mean, that's all you could ask for as a small market team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And your stars got to be homegrown, and there's nothing more box office than John Moran dunking on the nigga. So let's make that
You
clear.
do it every day.
If I'm Memphis and that whole Memphis mystique, I feel like, well, he's a knucklehead, so it ain't really no gangster shit. But Memphis got they got the rap scene hot. Ja, he hoop like
Moneybags from there.
He think he AI. Yeah,
Moneybag, Money Man. They got some people out there.
Oh yeah, They got a whole fucking record label.
But he
So
fuck with Young Boy though. Is he from Memphis? Where he from?
he from New Orleans.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you sound like
So
from a New Orleans.
so basically,
But hey, bro, hear me out though. I
for
seen
Ja,
some.
I keep him.
Yeah,
He gotta take that 25 on the chin though.
25 what? 25 years
Pause.
in jail.
25 games. Ain't that what he
20,
got?
25 to life sound better. Hey, but no. But so you think that's a fair suspension for him? 25 games because
For
I feel
sure.
like that's a little light.
Yeah, I feel like he should have got half the year, but
Yeah.
Adam Silver, no, he like this kid, man. It's just the cost of doing business with children at the end of the day. Not saying everybody coming after 1 year of college, that's super young is a child. There's some that are mature, more mature than others, but all of us at 19 would have did the same dumb shit, if not worse. That's why we ain't in that position. So.
Right. So we understand. We understand. We're giving the
Yeah,
benefit
for
down.
sure. For
But
sure. And
I
I
don't
think
know.
Adam is viewing it that way too. It's like, come on, bro. Nobody got hurt, none of that. So I'm not mad at, and he's probably looking at all the things he's probably fined and suspended players for that long, and he's like, all right, this probably fits into the 25 game range based
Mhm.
on the things we've suspended motherfuckers before in the past. Because, um, what's his name? Gilbert Arenas. What he got a whole season, right?
Yeah, he got a whole season. What did he do again?
But he brought guns to the motherfucking stadium.
Yeah, that's real on
Come
that
on,
shit.
bro.
But I seen somebody say that Zion could benefit a lot from Miami being on the Miami. I think Ja could as well. That Miami Heat culture where you got. Hey, I think the Heat had some rule like if you were a certain weight or a certain body fat, you were cut, no matter who the fuck you were. So Zion every year he would come within that window. I believe he'd probably get cut. Well, you can't cut Zion.
Yeah,
Who do you
but
think would
all rules
benefit the
have an
most from that?
exception.
Yeah, who do you think would benefit the
I don't
most
think
from
no
that?
one, because just as much as people who build a good culture really value the people they bring in, not for what they do, but for who they are. And when you're doing your due diligence on a player and red flags are showing up, good cultures don't bring them in.
Yeah,
It's that simple. Like, we're not gonna bring you guys in here. I mean, look at the Heat culture. Have they had a knuckleball in there? Even Jimmy Butler, all the antics he's had elsewhere. I mean, they were like, hey, but I think that says more about those places than
yeah,
Jimmy, if I'm being honest.
because there's a lot of
Because
shit
we ain't
going
won a
on.
motherfucking thing.
Philly too.
Exactly.
Philly, Minnesota. You got Carl
Philly's
Anthony Towns,
Philly. All right.
Ben
Minnesota's a shit
Simmons.
show. Philly
Yeah,
is clearly was a shit show at that point, and still is, just with the Harden saga now. Um, and then the Bulls. I mean, we let go everybody on that from top to bottom.
yeah.
After that, at this point, nobody in the building is the same from a leadership perspective. So,
But the Heat are still there, still with the same
but
culture,
I
same
don't think the
coaches.
Heat want a guy like Zion. They want a guy like Dame.
They
They
need
want
to
a
get
guy
him.
like Dame.
But the thing, bro,
Loyal.
Dave don't want to go. Don't
Man.
want to leave Portland. That's the thing. I don't get it. He don't want to go. He want to win in Portland. I don't understand.
Why leave your kingdom? I mean, just because you don't win a chip don't mean you got a great life.
I mean, I don't know if
Like, fuck.
Portland's. I don't know. We this Julian said Portland's fun.
I'm
It's
not saying
fun.
it is, but it's home at this point.
Yeah,
He's always going to be connected to Portland, no
true.
matter where he goes after.
And that loyalty
But
though.
and Miami would be a crazy, like, he's only been on the West Coast too,
Yeah.
so at least it's close to Cali. Whereas if you go to Miami, shit, that's on the other side of the world.
But no income tax though.
Portland to Miami, no income tax. He ain't never seen a check like what he about to see with Miami if
I
he go
know
there.
that shit gonna be crazy.
And he's got kids and a family, so it's a lot to consider making that big of a jump. You know what I'm saying? Depending on if his kids are in school and whatnot.
Yeah.
So
Should be interesting
it's
though.
a lot to consider, but I think that puts them, if they do get Dame, do you think that puts them at the top of the East?
No. I mean, I'm still gonna say no, but
How not? They've
they
been
go.
dominating the East
That's what I'm saying. I'm
the
still not
last
gonna pick them.
5 years.
Pick them to win the East. They probably would with Dame on there, and I know they're trying to keep Tyler Hero in that deal too. They're trying not to get rid of you know, Tyler Hero. The packages I've been
That would be
seeing,
huge.
they keep him in there, but they'd still probably trade him somewhere else though for like more pieces. But
They'd have to. How many first rounders would they have to give up? They probably don't want to part with their future as much as they would have to for such a short window too.
yeah,
Some of these guys are getting up there.
I think
Dame and Butler
Dame is
specifically.
like 32. Butler is 33 or 34. So it is a gamble. But the success you've had in the past couple seasons with just Jimmy Butler and Bam and Tyler Hero every now and then, it's been, four out of the yeah, 3 out of the last 4 years Eastern Conference Finals, 2 NBA Finals appearances in 4 years, pretty damn good. So, who knows? Some people are willing to, sacrifice the future for a chip, or we see the Bucks do it. We see a lot of teams in the NFL do it and never get back to that point, But they got a great culture, so I think they'll be able to last. But
I think they might get a chip out of it.
They would get a chip. Yeah, they probably would. Yeah, Jimmy, that would be nice. But
Miami with Dame versus Phoenix Suns next year's finals.
What do you think about Draymond though? He declined his player option. Where do you think he would go? Miami's another spot. That'd be nice.
He doesn't want to leave Golden State. I don't think he should, honestly.
Yeah.
I think him and Steph are enough of a building blocks to still get a run or two out, especially what Phoenix does. I mean, if you're like pitching to another superstar at this point, you're like, motherfuckers just going wherever at this point. Like, you might as well come to Golden State. We are the underdog for once.
Yeah.
Y'all might as well try to get another piece or two, but you got to get Poole out of there.
Got to get his ass out of there.
Dunleavy, shout out to Dunleavy.
He used to be nice for us. He used to be having knockdown.
I already know he's smart, so I think he's gonna do a good job. I could just tell by the way he played.
Yeah.
I always like playing with him on 2K too.
Me too. He had a clip.
He had a clip, so I fucked with him. So I'm excited to see what he does in that position. But for them, I think I would have liked the Beal trade. I don't see the fit with Chris Paul.
Yeah, I don't either.
But if you could go get a big,
it's tough.
That could shoot, like a Brook Lopez kind of guy.
That would have been perfect. Yeah.
That would be huge.
Siakam, I know they could still probably get Siakam, but that's Siakam might go to the Clippers too. He wants to play with Kawhi.
I would love a Siakam trade, but he's kind of like a Draymond, so it's like you got options too, and you could always upgrade from Draymond if you don't want to pay him too. Don't get me wrong, but I like him in Golden State. I think he's gonna stay, and I think he's gonna make sure the deal is a win-win for everybody to stay. So I'm not concerned about him going anywhere, honestly.
Depends how much Colin Coward's paying him at the Volume Sports. How much he's getting over there with the podcast.
Man, you already know he LeBron groupie. He try to call off. What if he got denied?
What if he go to LA?
I don't see that happening. I don't even. Would be a nice fit though. They'd be defensively though would be crazy.
Yeah, him and Golden State, there's a lot of options for him, but I just don't see why the Golden State Warriors would pay him crazy the amount he wants. Just it doesn't
That's
make
what I'm
sense to
saying.
me.
I feel like he's not gonna he's gonna get more elsewhere, but the grass ain't always greener. Is that what they gonna be like? Hey,
No,
that's and we want to pay you, but we also want to win. So like you gotta help us a little bit too.
yeah, got to get that win-win deal. Hopefully they work it out. But let's switch over to the NFL. Jordan Love broke news, on Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to Bears fans. What a cryptic message.
Goofy
Because
ass nigga.
because he's saying
He
we're
real.
Bears fans,
Niggas gonna be on his ass. We
we're
can't
his
wait.
daddy.
And
That's what he said. But like,
that
think
shit
about it.
don't. That shit don't. That shit don't. You don't pass the torch down when shit like this happens.
You don't.
We finna. A Rod might have been our zaddy. Pause.
Right.
But this nigga here, nah. Cause we gon' we gonna
It
tap that
sounded
ass for
forced.
sure. We
It
gonna
sounded
sweep them. I
forced.
guarantee it.
Okay.
It was forced. And but like, come on, bro. Like I wouldn't even you not even him.
How
Like
who is he to say this? You know what I mean? I
that's what I'm
understand.
saying.
I understand, like Aaron
He
Jones saying that shit, or somebody else that's been there, had the success, has done us dirty, like had a good game against us. But shit,
it took Aaron Rodgers to having such a ridiculous record against us to then say it. And this nigga just got the starting nod, and he think he has the audacity that shit carry down like like your dad's hair and shit. Like, nah, dude, it's not how it works. We
but
finna bust it. It's gonna be a rude awakening in Green Bay. They finna be ass.
I
I think
know.
they seven. I think they'll go 7-10.
Yeah. I think our standings predictions was pretty accurate, and I think that's how it happened. But so do you think, this will form, that rivalry, those two quarterbacks dueling out in that division, like a Jordan Love, Justin Fields rivalry? Do you think we'll see that, or is Jordan Love not good enough? He's not on Justin Fields level. What you think?
Nah, it'll be a 2 year rivalry until Jordan Love, till the Packers draft another quarterback.
In the top five, they in the they
They
almost got
might
the first
tank
pick.
the following the year after this one. They might
Loki.
tank because this year they're gonna be middle of the pack. Free agents aren't gonna resign, and then they'll be
They
ready
all
to
gonna go
blow
to
it
the
up.
Jets. They all gonna go to the Jets to play with Rodgers.
Man,
But let's finish the last topic for the show today. NFC South. We're gonna keep doing predictions of each division, giving our rankings. But NFC South
mm-hmm.
division, that's what we're doing today. Who do you think is winning this division? Let's start off with that first.
Ooh, this is a tough one. Did you see Bryce Young in practice and shit? He little as hell.
He's little.
I don't see that working. So let's start there. I like the Saints. I like the culture there.
Okay.
I like the Derek Carr pickup.
They got a
The
talented defense.
Falcons, they don't have a quarterback. And last but not least, Tampa Bay.
They're gonna be the worst team in the
Their
division.
run,
No
their
question.
run is over.
Baker's gonna probably
So,
start.
what the hell? That's gonna be an ass division.
Yeah. But hear me out
But
though.
I
I
think the Saints win it though. They had the defense. Alvin Kamara's coming back. Hopefully he can stay healthy. Hopefully Michael Thomas can do something. I mean, at this point, where is he at in your fantasy ranking? At the like,
can't stand Mike.
is he something you sleep on? Like, man, I might take him on some. I his like you just hoping he can stay healthy
He's
too.
gonna fall though. He'll definitely fall. Nobody's gonna take him, early. So I definitely pick him up. A lot of people picked him up before he got hurt earlier on than last year or the year before. I think I don't know, but
Yeah,
he had a touchdown
You always
week
got some
one.
optimistic ass niggas in your league.
But hear me out though. This is my prediction. I like the Saints to win it, but I think
Mm-hmm.
Carolina could sneak into the playoffs. I think they got a better
How?
head coach than the Saints. Frank Wright is the best coach in the division, and defensively they're still pretty solid. Offensively, you bring in a head coach like Frank Wright, who offense. Oh, was he the offense coordinator for the Eagles when they won the Super Bowl? I think. Um, so you have him, Andy Reid kind of coaching tree. You got him. He's going to be able to work with Bryce Young. They're saying Bryce Young looks really good. That's what I'm hearing. They're saying he looks good and he's controlling the offense. He already won the QB1 position. So I really like some of the talent they got too. Thielen, DJ Chark, the receiver from Ole Miss, Miles Sanders at running back. Defensively, they were already there. Offensively, they were really competitive last year. So, but we want the Panthers not to do good, because we have the first pick. So I could see them and the Saints battling it out for that division. But, people think Atlanta's going to be decent, but I think it's Saints, Panthers, Falcons, and then Buccaneers last in that division.
Orlando told you they was gonna be ass when they drafted a running back.
I didn't understand that. They had a 1,000-yard rusher last year. It didn't make sense, but I mean, Bijan Robinson is, a really good back. So, not going to question it too much, but still, they needed to get a quarterback.
It's a no for me, and I don't think Carolina. How you got Carolina getting up there?
Trust me, this is
Of
a
course,
sleeper
don't get
pick.
me wrong. Bryce Young, I mean X's and O's is probably up there with anybody, but I'm talking about on the field. What we gonna see? Is he gonna be able to withstand a full season? It's hard for me to wrap my brain around that shit. I'm gonna be honest.
But we'll come back to this. This is something that I feel. I've seen this Panthers team.
I
I'm
like the
kind of
Saints winning the
low key
division with the
Panthers fan,
last.
but yeah, Derek
It'll
Carr.
it'll fuck around and be some 9-8 shit,
Or
ten and seven,
remember Cam Newton won this
maybe
division
not.
7-9 that one year.
Yeah, didn't they
Might
win a
happen.
playoff game?
Yeah,
Or they made it competitive? They
I
won a
think they
playoff
won.
game.
They might have.
The motherfucking team's dangerous. They gonna sneak up on you.
Oh.
They good for one. A popper. Pause.
but
one and done.
that's what we got for the rankings. That's what we got for the show. We're gonna keep doing this each division. I think we got the NFC East left, or maybe we did that one already. We're gonna be headed to the AFC then. We're gonna keep breaking down. The NBA draft is on Thursday, so stay tuned. We're gonna be posting videos for that too, content for that, and then another episode coming to you maybe next Monday. That might be our day. But yeah, just stay tuned. Keep following up with us. The Instagram, the Twitter, Six Man Blitz, TikTok, MH97FF. Keep staying with us in the content. You'll stay updated with everything you need to know regarding NFL and NBA. That's all we got. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening. As always, peace. DJ Moore and Justin Fields. That connection is there. I've been hearing it, and I've been seeing videos of it. But they're saying every day of practice, these two are building that great connection, and they look dangerous already.